Hello, Steve White, Steve White 9. Well, I'm continuing on with my sci-fi movie marathon, and I finally got around to watching the remake of The Thing, because I watched the original The Thing from another planet or from another world. It's got like a subtitle I didn't even realise it had. This is a 1982 remake by John Carpenter, which is, in some ways, I always felt like it was so different. It sort of went so much further with the alien and changing it and its nature and its relationship to the people and how it stalked them and hunted them and the danger that it posed really almost made it like another film, sort of. So I've always felt like it was its own film, not really a remake. So I have trouble thinking of it as a remake from a 1958 film, probably because I didn't really see that as a kid. I only saw it on the screen in the original Halloween film when they were watching it as kids. So yeah, you know what? It's really well made. Obviously, it's from John Carpenter. It is well shot. The production design is great. The makeup, of course, is amazing. The practical sets where there are times when like the alien is like under the ground and pushing through the ground and knocking boards out of the way and stuff like that. All those elements, the helicopters, the on-set location, everything is well done. The actors, the acting, everything's really well done. But it's kind of a little bit boring. I never thought I'd say that because I remember it being so great the first time I saw it. But I think that's because there's so much tension because you don't know who the alien is and what's going to happen. Once that's gone, it's like The Talented Mr. Ripley. If you've ever seen that, the first time I saw that, my friends and I were basically writhing around on the ground on the screen in front of, on the floor in front of the screen of the cinema because we couldn't take the tension. And then I watched it on video a couple of years later and it was so boring because I knew what was going to happen. There was no tension and the whole film was just this build-up of tension. And this film, once you've sort of seen it and you kind of know what's going to happen, it's just sort of like a lot of slow, quiet, moody atmosphere, which is okay, but it's not as great as I remember in that sense. Well, it wasn't as fun to watch the second or third time around. It is a great film, and the first time you see it's amazing, but once you know what happens, and there are a few films like this where once that sort of element of suspense is gone, you really just get these sort of quiet, moody scenes that without the tension behind them are just kind of slow. But yeah, the makeup was amazing, of course, every time you see that. So you are sort of waiting for those scenes to just watch the makeup on some level. So there's that. But, and the music still is sort of weird and I want to say haunting, but it's not haunting, but it's just sort of low and underneath everything and interesting. And they do bring that out for the next film, which is interesting. Now, the film cost $15 million. It made $19.9 million, so it wasn't much of a hit, but $1.5 million was spent on the effects alone. But it has become a cult film, and I don't know, there's something about the creativity of the makeup and the alien practical effects that were just stunning at the time and still are now. Even though you know what they are, they still feel real because who knows what an alien, tearing through bodies, through morphing into other objects and animals or people would actually look like. You can't say that looks fake because maybe it does look like rubber that's got a lot of gel on it and glycerin and stuff. But I can't say much else about it. It's well constructed, it's well done, it's well made, but it's not as good on the review. I'm glad I've only seen it probably 3 times. Because this time I was sort of like, I remember all this, and I couldn't get back into the headspace and feel it and feel the tension, which is what was the greatest thing about it, that and the effects. Everything else is just a bunch of moody, annoying people being suspicious of each other and paranoid and then screaming and yelling and monsters screaming and roaring and. Yeah, it's just not as good on the review, but still, if you haven't seen it, see it for the first time. It's amazing. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of The Thing. I did watch the remake after this. Unfortunately, it's not a remake. It's somehow a prequel. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't realise this. I would have watched them in the correct order, but I'm not sure they actually work in the correct order as prequels. So, yeah. And it's called The Thing as well. Like, how's it not The Thing 2, or pre The Thing, or, you know, before The Thing, or something to indicate it's a prequel. But, yeah, I'll get into that in the next video. But I'm going to go. Bye.